we've always had a thing every year since 1999. But the last 5 years have been very, significant in some ways. We had a massive reset of global order of things in 2020, in March 2020, and that reset is still playing itself out. The themes that we've been choosing in those 5 years have been themes that have keyed into optimism and renewal. In 2021, we announced a fork in the road. That was the theme of the festival. In 2022, we chose the theme Pathways to the Future. In 2023, we decided to evaluate our history, our collective history. We call that the Reset History and the Darkening Plane. And in that particular year, we centered the discussions around the debate, around the national question. Actually, Chido was the first person that mentioned the phrase national question to my hearing. We were working together in this week with the course of this day in 1986. So he said, national question. What is the national question? I didn't know that there was any, I was coming from geology. So, anyway, in 2024, there'll be 90th of this struggle. What have you done? I mean, is this what you signed for when you went out to do the fight? We know that much of the narrative are about how they've gone through it, and they don't necessarily.
Introduction again. We're going to go straight into it. I just want to say that the two books that we discussed after the keynote are here. Unfortunately, we don't have Brazilian books here. We don't have any of your books here. Maybe we'll get to them. But the other two books that we discussed are here. Guerrilla Journalist 15,000 back there. Demonstration of Crazy, only the hardcover. Because it's written by a big man, 35 pages. But we also have this that we launched yesterday, Internet is Free. Our chairman is Kaudi Adeyemi. This is free. You can pick a copy at the back there. There's a collection of questions.
Himself into some kind of heroes, in other spheres of life since his temple days. He nearly made a first class at the University of Lagos. All of that is contained in the Ark of the Possible, his memoirs. Waziri served as the executive secretary of NAITI between February 2016 and February 2021, an experience that he has documented in this book. Prior to working in NAITI, he had held senior positions in various organizations, ranging from editorial page editor, columnist, editorial board member of This Day newspaper, to special advisor to the president of the Senate, communication specialist at UNDP, magazine publisher, and public policy consultant. He was educated at the University of Lagos, Columbia University, and Harvard University, where he earned a BSc in mass communication, an MSc in journalism, and a master's in public administration, respectively.
We will discuss immediately after this address, Senator Babafemi Ojudu, Honorable Abdul Oro, as Mr. Akosho mentioned. They also deserved our commendation for their sacrifice and service. If you want to stay there, that's fine, but we're not in journalism because of money. And I'm glad that that was a decision I took. One part that I didn't tell him though is that I worked in New Vision for 3 months, right? And if they will pay me tomorrow, maybe they will. So, my 3 months service was service to them. And Honorable Oro was our neighborhood Egbon, who later later became my in-law. I didn't mean my wife in his household, so it's not what you're thinking. But my wife is from same area as him. So I join others in looking forward to their session with great enthusiasm. I'm extremely honored to be called upon to deliver this keynote address. I've been asked to speak about how we the arrangement is somehow. Yeah. No, it's there, but because we do back and forth where I printed it. Sorry about that. Even a shared position as a people that we will do everything to ensure that no Nigerian ever go to bed hungry or will ever be uneducated. Do we have a consensus that the state will spare no expense and no tool to protect any Nigerian citizen in distress, no matter where that distress happens, and irrespective of their station in life? Having such a broad agreement and commitment is not a mere academic or conceptual exercise. It serves as the subliminal anchor for the supply and the demand sides of policies and actions. And here I'm not just talking about the list of rights that we have in Chapter 2 of the 1999 Constitution, which even the framers and the interpreters have defined as non-justiciable. I'm speaking about what, at our core as a people, we believe in, which guides our interpretations and actions on how we relate to one another, which defines the value we place on the life and the dignity of fellow Nigerians, especially the lowly and the vulnerable. We may need to return to John Rawls' hypothetical construct of the original position and put on a veil of ignorance to design a society that intentionally prioritizes the weakest. We have had opportunities to discuss Nigeria in many transitions and contestations from pre-independence to date. But we focus, not necessarily wrongly, on structures and group relations. One of the critical tasks that we have not fully discharged is to resolve the basic minimum that should be available to all Nigerians, especially the weak and the vulnerable. I keep saying that again. Settling this original question on the basis of fairness and justice is not a charitable but a practical thing to do. We are all never far away from being vulnerable, and we are better served with a society primed to protect and dignify the helpless. Besides, a society that, or at least, to advantage itself. At our core, we hardly see power as a means for protecting others or pursuing the common good. For most of our people, power is for domination and predation. And, I play this game, people are powerful at different points. Even the gate man is powerful. Even the secretary is powerful. To some extent. Everybody gets their own office. But just see how they manage their office. Right? I think this predatory conception of power has dual roots. The first in our largely monarchical past. So the picture of the man or woman of power residing in the big mansion, being ministered to by a retinue of aides, protected by a gaggle of armed, stern-looking officials, driven around in long and decadent convoys while taxpayers are muzzled out of the road, has been a feature of everyday encounter with power in our country. As I've argued elsewhere, we have turned public offices to mini shrines for worshipping their excellencies. Even when we claim to be religious, and by the way, I'm very religious, idolatry has become a permanent feature of our public life. On a related note, the third thing that I think we need to interrogate is our definition of public service. Clearly, we have remade the expression, an obligation. Interestingly, we know the proper name to call such people or such acts in another context. This shows that we are not know how to neatly compartmentalize things. We have a totally different standard when it comes to public resources. We treat public office as a conquered territory, and public resources as spoils of war. We congratulate those who have been lucky to have had their time at the trial, and we remind them not to forget us in their kingdom. We expect them to help us with cash, jobs, contracts, and contacts, etc. We make endless demands on them beyond what their legitimate incomes could carry. We celebrate and promote those who, quote and unquote, democratize their loot. Those who refuse to play ball, but the capacity of the state to deliver basic goods and services is very thin across the board in our country today. However, this lean capacity is profoundly magnified at the subnational level, where ironically, governance is needed the most and where it is efficient the most. It doesn't matter whether we prefer the big state or the small state. It is not really about the size. It is about competence. And having a competent state is non-negotiable if we want to make progress. But the evidence of incompetence, and not just malice, because sometimes you just say, they are bad people, they are wicked people. No, just plain incompetence. The evidence of incompetence is all around us. From the inability to formulate and implement plans is supposed to be like the school for learning about how to do things, the school for democracy. And that is the place where all of us want to abandon. Everybody wants to become a president, even when they've not run a corner shop before. The fifth area of work, and I'm almost done, I will tag this as classic work avoidance. Even when those we call leaders must do the heavy lifting, even when those we call leaders must do the heavy lifting and show the way, we need all of us to play our, we need all of us to play our role, our part, big or small, our part, big or small, in the construction projects of Nigeria. In ending, I crave your indulgence to repeat that quote again. Our country, I quote, our country can do much, much better. Our country can do much, much better. However, it is not going to happen by itself. We need people of we do not need people of extraordinary abilities. We do not need people of extraordinary abilities or resolve to move the needle of governance in Nigeria. We must be ready to put in the work, at the technical and normative levels. A lot of work. End of quote. There's so much work to be done, ladies and gentlemen. There's so much work to be done, ladies and gentlemen. Different levels. Technical, conceptual, normative, individual, collective, etc. Collective, etc. The question is, are we ready to put in the work? A lot of work. Thank you so much.
Wow. Waziri, thank you. Waziri, thank you so much. Thank you so much for this whole lifting address, keynote address that you've given. Keynote address that you've given. You can see that it's been quite. Deeply appreciated, by the audience. We need to move quickly. Yeah. One or two responses, if you have. before Baba Femi Ojudu, can I ask Mrs. Ayobe, you just, I mean, can I have your response?
Thank you. Because of the time, I was not going to actually ask my question. And my main question is, what is the meaning? What does normative mean? I don't know what it means, so please try to explain that. But I also want to say, Waziri, I'm surprised that Kunle found your address uplifting. I found it very depressing, and I actually wanted to criticize you for all those generalizations, because I think that there's a stage. You yourself were a public man, you were with power. And when you characterize power as something that people see when they go around with big convoys, so the person that doesn't go around with a big convoy but has power, you don't, you're sort of corralling us to accept that power is shown in certain ways. And I think that when you do that, you almost establish not necessarily an elite consensus, but you establish a consensus about this is what it looks like. And anything that doesn't look like it, we don't.
I remember the story that was said about Lawson when he was a permanent secretary. And he gave a query to the administrator of the then Western region on how he spent when he took a car that was meant for official duty to his hometown. And he said, you have to pay for everything that. I mean, that's the type of society that you can get something out of. Not this society which is painfully unjust and where everybody does whatever they want. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Thank you. Let's have the questions. Oh. Baba Femi Ojudu first. Baba Femi Ojudu first.
Yeah, thank you very much. I also was going to mention that there was not sharing from what my brother has discussed in his paper. You need to have worked inside to know the rots that has taken place, particularly the civil service and the public service. It got so bad at the point when he was acting, he had to call a meeting of all the permanent secretaries and directors and told them, look, there are quite a lot of projects and programs that we have lined up. You guys are frustrating the execution of those projects. And yet you keep lamenting that your children are not having jobs. If you allow these things to go through and cut off the bureaucracy, every one of your children will get jobs. You are the cause of the problem of your children. And these children, you educate them. And when they are not able to get jobs, you send them abroad to go and clean toilets at the airport. It could be that bad. When I was the special advisor on political matters,
That's why I didn't want to call him, but he gets crashed.
This is going to be very brief. And it's not exactly a plug for the civil service. But Waziri, I would have liked if you at least hazarded a guess at why the Nigerian civil service appears to be different from those that have similar colonial antecedents. And you mentioned India and Pakistan in terms of the quality of recruitment and all of that. And you need also to acknowledge the history